Todd McLellan has broken a new record, man.
Dude.
He set a new bar. Call the Guinness Book of Records, because I have never seen a coach melt down after one game. Game one, he wants to kill the Red Wing. He hates his team. Game one.
Yeah.
We got to play it. We got to play it. Let's play it, because we got to play it before we can even. You guys tell me how you would respond if you're in that room after the first game of the season. They did get pumped. The Habs had played the night before. Here is Todd McLellan basically giving his team a warning, a pep talk. We'll see how the guys describe it after the game last night.
We just played the game. We didn't play to win the game. And we have no chance. And the players will say, they probably have already said to you that, we can fix this. We can when it's time. Some of them have been doing it for years. It's time. We just spent 3.5 weeks at training camp dealing with these situations. Now, if it happened once or twice in a game, it'd be okay. But there's 6 or 7 outnumbered rushes at the end of the first period.
Dude, that's very concerning, especially because they probably had the coming to Jesus meeting in training camp saying, guys, if we're actually going to pull out of this, and he would show them clips of time and time again from last year or whatever they've been doing that's been driving them crazy, and say, this is a starter. This is a starter for us to even have a chance. And if you guys continue to do this, and they went out there and did it game one, and for everybody in the organization to have to listen to that would be concerning. I know Peter Laviolette lost it in training camp one time. Training camp, so he beats one game in. But one game in, and you're already in a pissing fight with your players, that's concerning.
Saying it publicly, Noodles.
Well, that's the thing. Like, what he's saying publicly, that's the end of the line. He's probably said a bunch of things privately as well. Like, that's in watching that, obviously I didn't get a chance. My game was going on at the same time, but you go back and watch the recap, and it's like he's horrified. I will say this. I don't know. I'm sure you guys talked about it yesterday. Watching the games this week, I would say there's one thing that stands out for me is, why do they have an exhibition season? Because these are exhibition games that are just, the guys are just shaking off the rust in the games.
Right.
Like and it's going to be worse next year where they've cut that in half, and there's 4 games and a abbreviated
no
camp. No fitness testing. But the games, some of them have been exciting. Like, I thought my game last night was at least pretty exciting. Other ones have been kind of dull, and you're like, God, these guys can't make a pass. There's been lead changes, all sorts of things going on in the league. But for the most part, right from Tuesday up to Friday now, and watching some of these games, sloppy is the one word that comes to mind with all of it. Just sloppy. For Todd McLellan to have a meltdown on top of that, because the whole league's been sloppy, his team was worse than sloppy. And they got pumped on, home opener, all of that type of stuff. Goalie couldn't make a save.
Well, that didn't help. John Gibson gets pulled 8 shots in.
That's another thing.
That's
this
a problem.
Guy, they brought him in because they've had goaltending issues, and he was no good last night. He was no good. So there's so many things. Todd McLellan looked like his head was going to pop off, because he's like, I don't have the answer. We got 81 more of these.
Right. And he just got there for the most part. He just arrived in Detroit. And, I think it's also who they lost to. Montreal blew past Detroit last year. I'm sure that shook up the organization. I'm sure Steve Yzerman and ownership looked at that and said, wait a minute. We started our whole thing before they did. Yeah. And Montreal has blown past us, and probably got home and looked – at the TSN app and said, wait a minute, Ottawa went down to Tampa and beat them. We kind of were on the same path as Ottawa. Why are they way ahead of us? And that is I think, maybe more to do with the GM and the vision. Let's face it, man. Steve Yzerman, it just hasn't worked for him. It hasn't been a good run since he arrived. It was an unbelievable run in Tampa, and what he left them was just all world. It was incredible. Yeah. And the hope was he'd get to Detroit and just replicate that, and it simply hasn't happened. And listen, the Leafs are playing them tomorrow night. So this will be very curious. The Leafs, they didn't love their game the other night, but they found a way to win.
Yeah.
But
How many goalies do you got to go through, Hayes? Like, they probably thought, okay, Gibson, finally we got the answer here. And for the coach to watch their team, if it's odd man rushes and cheating offensively to get chances, and it's like this is the last year you think it's going to finally stop, like that would drive you nuts and make you go onto that podium.
Sure. Yes.
Because it's just like, what the hell do I – and his final comment was, I guess I'll just have to drill it into them again. Which basically means I don't know if I can really drill this into these guys. When you throw it out there, I got to try to drill it into them again. Like,
Leafs better be ready, man. They got a home and home with Detroit. They better be ready. Saturday, Monday. Better be ready.
That's the trap game of all trap games, because you're reading these comments and going, these guys, we're going to put up a 5 or a 7 spot, and you're right. There will be a response. They're pros. They've got good players in Detroit. Haven't played well, but I'm perplexed. Like Todd McLellan, it might be a culture thing for him saying, I'm not dealing with this as far as we're nipping this right at the butt right now. Game 1, that's not good enough. But, for him to be that vocal after one game, it shows there's something that he has seen for 2.5, 3 weeks that he hasn't liked. And he thought, okay, maybe the guys will knuckle down. Because, with preseason, guys get out of the way of a shot, a little softer play here or there.
No, but Jamie, he must be thinking, not disappointed looking at it. He must be thinking, how the hell could I be watching this with these guys that are they should be so desperate to make the playoffs? How could I be looking at this?
Well, I think the most damning comment was his first one, where he said, "We just played the game. We didn't play to win."
Yeah,
that's a wild comment, man. That's a if I can get on the game sheet, my hair's wet after the night, I'm okay. Like I'm out of here and I think I'm okay. That's that's a damning comment. And again, the Leafs have got Detroit tomorrow and then Monday afternoon. And if they're going to play like last night, you got a great opportunity to start your season here.